Hey guys, Shoto coming to you with another Airsoft video. I think this is the shortest amount of time I've actually had in between uploads on this channel. If it's a sign of things to come, I think it's a good sign. Anyways, I'm coming to you with a game that's already in progress here. It's a team deathmatch, 3 life, 10-second medic touch rules. My team has just come under contact with a group that's a little bit further ahead past the tree line that we're currently at. They're up on a hill. Between us, there's nothing but open field, so it's kind of an interesting little situation we have here. We're just kind of moving around this little group of trees to see if we can get around and get some good shots on them. You'll see in a little bit here what kind of distances we're dealing with. The gun I'm using right now is a G&G Top Tech R4 Commando. It's actually my very first purchase for an airsoft gun. If you're looking for a good entry-level gun, or a good gun to use if you're just getting into airsoft, then I would highly recommend this one. I've had no problems with it. It shoots great, and I've gotten many kills with it. And if you're not one person for iron sights and you want something like a little red dot, I would recommend the red dot that I have. It's actually a G&G GT1 red dot sight. It comes with its little standard rail mount as well as an elevated one, which I currently have on. If you have trouble getting down onto the get your cheek down on the buttstock to look down the sight, the raised platform actually helps quite a bit when you're wearing masks and goggles. So as you can see, I'm shooting just up ahead here. The enemy actually pins us down for quite a bit in this tree line because they have a support gunner up there with a PKM, and he's pretty good at it with the damn thing. We're just going to jump ahead here. We've had quite a bit of back and forth firing long distance, nothing really coming of it, so at a certain point I kind of just say screw it and completely run across this field, as you can see happening right now. So once I make it to the tree, I kind of figured that was a little bit too easy. So I'm looking at the hill, not really seeing any heads popping up. So for a second I think they kind of moved back and fell back from position. So I'm just kind of being careful when I suddenly see their support gunner's head pop up. So taking a couple shots up there. Currently he is my most important target to get out there. If I can hit him out, that'll give some time for the rest of my team to move up. But while I'm doing this, I'm also keeping an eye out for other teammates that are up there, because I know for sure that there are at least 3 or 4 total up top there. The area that they're up there on the hill, it's actually really hard to get any type of shot to land. Not only is it a fairly good distance, but there are a lot of trees and brush that they're hiding behind that also make it hard to get a hit on. So if the only chance that you can really get is if you just hose the area down and hope that one of your BBs lands. Luckily, I actually do manage to get the support gunner with a lucky shot. This was actually quite a long drawn-out battle for this hill, so we'll do a couple more time skips here to when we actually do get closer. So we pulled up here, but when we got up to this fallen tree, which is right at the base of the hill, we noticed that the rest of their team up top had actually pulled back. Meanwhile, 2 of their guys had actually flanked around in the tree line, taking both me and one of my teammates out. Luckily, another one of my teammates came down to help us out, reviving me in once and reviving me in again when I got hit. So this is an interesting situation because we're kind of hunkered down behind this fallen tree, which thank goodness is actually larger than you would think, while they have an entire tree line to run around, which is making it hard to pinpoint their exact location and to actually get a hit on because they have quite a bit of cover. So at this point here, I've decided that it's probably better if we get 3 guns on here. So I'm just running ahead here to grab Jamie. Again, I start to revive him, and he kind of whispers to me, "Pull me over the log." So at this point, I pull him over the log so we can revive him in a bit of cover, which definitely is the smarter idea. Why I didn't think of it before, I don't know. So now that we managed to get him in there, we have 3 guns able to shoot on this tree line and take out the enemy. Again, it's a little hard because they have all that cover, but again, with 3 rifles shooting down on there, it's not too long until we get them.
Good. Sorry, Jimmy.
Alright, so another jump forward, and we've moved over and across the hill to where we've gotten pinned down by the current position of that support gunner and his PKM. He's just further down this ridge here, and basically all we can do is really poke our heads up and poke him back down before he starts firing on us. What makes it a little bit more difficult later on is you can see this fog is rolling in. So now we cannot actually see for sure where he is. Sure, it helps us a little bit at the same time, but it's more of helping him out, because it was hard enough to see where exactly he was in the start. Now it's really hard. But I do have to admit that this was a very cool experience to see this fog roll in very fast during one of our game days. I've kind of always wanted to play in the fog, and now that I finally got that chance, I just want it to be foggy again. It was such a cool experience, and the fact that I managed to get it on film is just that much better. So right now we're just kind of sitting tight, waiting for a couple more teammates to come, see if we can maybe get a flanking maneuver going on this gun position here. So now we just skipped ahead a little bit. We have a couple guys going right and a couple guys going left here. Meanwhile, me and Jamie have actually stayed in the same position, taking turns poking our heads up and taking some pot shots down in the area where the support gunner is. Hopefully just to keep his head down and keep his attention on us and not on the flanking teammates here. Unfortunately, time did run out on us, so we actually weren't able to get the kill on him. But from what it turns out anyways, shortly after we started doing this, he actually bugged out of the area, which was a very smart move on his part. Alright, so now we're on a different game. This is a base defense game mode, but with a little bit of a twist. Instead of just one team and one base, there's 2 teams and 1 base. So you have yellow team and blue team fighting over this one base, but the base is not unoccupied. There is a defending force that is fighting both teams at the same time as well. In that base, you have, I think there's about 1 sniper, a couple guys with assault rifles, and 2 guys with support guns. One with an M249 and our Mr. PKM friend as well. They're hunkered down in there, fighting like the Alamo, fighting to the last man. It's unlimited respawns for the attacking team, and they have about 3 lives with 2 respawns. When their lives end, they have to reinforce one of the attacking teams. So right now, I'm just moving up, being wary of where my team is and where the enemy team is. Thankfully, they're still up ahead, the enemy team. And I'm just moving up cover to cover, see if I can get a good spot to fire down on the base there. The current position I'm at isn't the best because it's more dead on to the enemy base, and they have a lot of cover that way. So the most I'm seeing at this point are just a couple of their heads popping up. I realized this, and I decided to move to another position just to my right over here pretty quickly. So once I get here, I realize that this is a much better position because not only are there a couple portholes here that I can observe the other base and see when they're looking at me, but it's got a really good angle at the defenders because there's spots that are just wide open for me to shoot at. So what I employ here is just to observe and watch to see where they're looking, and when they look away from me, I pop up and just rain hell upon them. This is not a recommended battle strategy of destroying your cover. Do not do this. Do not do that ever. So after that, I try and redeem myself by firing on the base, and I think I get a couple kills with this onslaught and keeping their heads down, which is always good. Remember, kids, suppression is always a good tool. And this is Chris, our friendly neighborhood photographer, who decided to take some action shots for this game here. He took some really good shots of the day and of the crew out, so I'll be showing some of those pictures at the end of the video here. I hope you guys like him. He's a really good guy, a really good photographer. We commend him in his bravery and his sacrifice. So at this point, I'm kind of keeping my head down because they've kind of figured out that I am here shooting at them, and they don't exactly like it as much. But I keep doing the same strategy I did before. Always pop down, keep looking. The second they turn their heads away from me, I pop up and take more shots. And no, I was not shooting at the photographer. I think my shots were going in between him and where he wanted to go, and when he realized that, he just decided to get the hell out of there, and I don't blame him, frankly. At this point, I've gotten quite a few kills, and the defending guys in the base have definitely been whittled down a bit. But it's also kind of weird because I haven't really seen much of the enemy team. I know they're there shooting at the base from the other side, but I just haven't really seen much action either from them. And then here it is, they finally get me. From what I understand, that shot was actually made by a pistol through a porthole over there, so really good shot on him. Very impressive. So I spawned back in and managed to get back to the same spot. Right now I'm just kind of scoping things out, see what the situation is down there. I don't see many more defenders, so I think their numbers have actually been whittled down for a bit. So I'm actually kind of contemplating of actually going down and going for the capture. So here I go in for the capture, always keeping an eye on the base and moving from cover to cover. And if there's no cover or very little, I just keep my gun up and just shoot, and I'll just shoot if anything pops up. And here, there's a little bit of an interesting thing that happened. These are two blue team members. They came on a very far flank, but when they first popped up, I was not sure if they were on my team or the enemy team. So that was with that little moment of hesitation. By the time I realized that they're the enemy team, the one guy in front had gotten past, so I just decided to shoot his buddy. He got the capture, so very good job on them. Even if I did manage to get both of them, I don't think I would have been able to get to the capture, because as you can see, there are a bunch of more blue team members coming down from the other hill. So it was a really fun day. Had some really good matches. We got some construction done on the other field that we built up some bunkers, built a couple new bunkers. So hopefully the next game I'll have some footage of that for you guys. Alright, so that's all I have for today. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you on the front line.